Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here, and I wanted to bring a video to you guys. I wanted to have a discussion about the Jordan 11s and my thoughts on them, and also if you guys want to leave your comments, your thoughts on them. I would like to hear some replies from what you guys think. But this is my take on why the Jordan 11s are probably hands down the most popular Jordan out of the numerical series 1 through 28. It's obvious that the 11s are kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to the Jordans because every year for the holiday release for the last 4 years, it has been the Jordan 11s. Starting with, I guess 4 years ago was the Space Jams. Then we came up with the Cool Grays. Last year were the Concords. Remember the mayhem with those. And then this year they have the Breads. And it's just been crazy the amount of pre-released shoes that we've seen online. There's obviously Soulland and all these places are selling the shoes ahead of time. And you know, I have mixed thoughts on that, but any which way, that's a nice indicator to know, I guess, like how the market's going to be. And for the Bread 4s, there was a huge amount of people that got them months and months and months early. They paid whatever amount for the shoes. But with these guys, I have a feeling that, I mean, they're already flooding the market with the shoes, and they haven't even released yet. So just wait for the release. I bet you anything these shoes are going to be more than enough to go around, and then they're going to have a restock on them. I just can't see them not doing that for these ones. I know it seems a little bit odd because in the last 3 years they really have been pretty it seems like they say that they're going to make a lot and then they just sell out instantly, but these guys, for some reason, I feel like they're making more than they need to. Regardless, that's good news for all of us because that means everybody can have them, but does that cheapen the value of the shoe? I guess that's a whole nother discussion, but my point of this video is just to kind of like do a little overview. Obviously, the Jordan 11s are like a classic shoe in general. I mean, this is what the epitome of a Jordan is. When you think of a Jordan, you think of this. I think most people that aren't sneakerheads, just in general, the black patent leather and then the clear soles. I mean, it was just a force that couldn't be reckoned with, and it's like it kind of says like I mean business, but I like to party or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bad joke, but it kind of does. I mean, I don't know. You could wear. These are the ones that people are gonna wear to like a prom or something like that. These are the ones that everybody would want to wear, right? But anyway, so I think that the reason why the 11s are the most coveted out of all of them is because obviously in the last handful of years, I guess the decade, if you will, we've seen a huge flux of the Jordan 1s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. 5s is going to be again next year. So the fact, and I mean even 6s, and we've seen tons and tons of releases of all these colorways, of the original colorways, and then all of new colorways that they've introduced. The reason why I think these ones hold their value is because they have not messed with the colorways. The only one that you see out of these 5 that is not an original are the 25-year anniversary, and they did that because of, they did the series in all white. I know that there is a blackout pair that has been rumored to come out. I doubt they'll actually release, but if they do, that would be ridiculous because they look so insane. Everybody saw the sample of the blackouts when they went online. They were like going for like 10 grand, something crazy. But I think that's really the key element here. I know it's just, I don't want to be Captain Obvious again, but I feel like I'm kind of pointing out the obvious. But at the same time, some people might not even think about these things. These are the core 4 colorways that, I guess there's 5 if you consider the Columbias, that the Jordan 11 have had. We have not had any variegations of those colorways. The only other ones that I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not an expert, but I know that there was one colorway that I've actually seen in person that was absolutely ridiculous. There were player exclusives from Ray Allen, and they were gold around the patent leather. They're crazy. I've seen the samples of them, and they are wicked, dude. I wish they would release those too. But that's the only variegation of the 11s that I've really seen. I mean, obviously there's the high and low tops. I think his son was playing in some low tops of Concord low tops or something like that. I don't know, but for the most part, that's why the 11 lows really don't do it any justice. I mean, they didn't really sell out, and these ones stay true to their form, and they've released them in such limited numbers through the handful of years that it's kind of remained the integrity has remained for these shoes. Now, I don't know if this is going to maintain through the next decade. I mean, they could be like with the release of the Bread 11s, it could be the first Jordan that they actually overproduce. Possibly. I mean, we'll see what happens with the market. We'll see if the resale market on those things are $200 after the first month or so, then we'll know that the market has been flooded a little bit too much for the Bread 11s. But which again couldn't be necessarily a bad thing. It could be a good thing for those people that are diehard collectors. But it's just kind of like the whole saturating the market thing. It's something that we all want to get our hands on the shoes, but we also want them to be somewhat limited, so it's not overly saturated. And like Converse, like everybody has a pair of black Chucks or something like that. We don't want that for the Jordan 11. And if you want that, I don't know. I mean, that I can understand everybody wanting the shoe, but I don't know. It's just supply and demand thing. It's science. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really know, man. I feel like that these shoes in particular have held theirs because they don't have crazy different colorways and stuff and different types of these shoes. As we know, the 3s have had tons and tons of renditions of 3s. We've seen lots of 4s. We've seen lots of 5s. So I guess we'll see what the future holds for the 11. But that's part of the reason why I think that the 11s have maintained. The other reason, obviously, is just because they're just dead sexy. Some of the best designed shoes out there, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's kind of my thought process. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Do you think that that we'll be able to maintain the integrity of the Jordan 11 in years to come? Do you think they're gonna butcher it and come out with 7 different colorways like they did the Jordan 9s this year? I mean, just an example. Like they had so many 9s. I didn't even pick up I didn't pick up any of them because I just was kind of overwhelmed. I was like, dude, there's so many other releases, and they're releasing a pair of 9s every month or every couple weeks. I just couldn't do it. If they ever did that to the 11s, say goodbye to the 11s. I mean, the market on the 11s would just be crazy on it. I don't know, it'd just be all weird. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Kind of a weird video, but I figured fun little discussion nonetheless. And I guess I'll just give you a close-up of these guys. Again, the brand. These ones are from the Countdown pack. We got the anniversaries here, clear soles. One of my favorites, the Concords. I think those would be, actually the Concords are my favorites. I think Cool Grays would be a third. See the yellowing around the soles. It's all right for me though. I don't mind. I don't need icy soles. And then the Space Jams. These ones would be coming in second place to me from the Concord. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then Columbia's would be 5. Anyway, have a good one, guys. We will catch you guys later.